This is Tuna on Toast.
It's interesting, like, I've had to operate on the fringe for so long because people don't really understand me. Like, they didn't understand why I quit Blink in the first place. They don't understand why I'm out chasing aliens, like they used to say. Then they didn't understand why I was saying I was working with people from the U.S. government. But each time they kind of are slowly finding out that I'm very forward thinking, and I've had to accept that people don't understand me. So even with my art, like I make an album, I'm kind of like, I don't know if people are going to get it or not, but this is what speaks to me. But I think at this point, people have finally realized after the government came out and did all these things and said all these things, like they're going, maybe he's not nuts. Maybe we should listen to
some
this.
of these videos that were declassified and all the information.
Yeah.
You have been speaking of this for many, many years.
We brought them out. Our company brought those videos out. Our company set up all the briefings in Congress. We hired the head of the UFO program. I founded the company with one of the heads of CIA and the head physicist of the UFO program. I mean, so I'm in this. We're in a contract with the government right now with the U.S. Army on a piece of wreckage from a craft of unknown origin.
Where was this craft found?
The chain of title only goes back a handful of years, but it's purported to be somewhere in New Mexico in the late 40s.
Okay.
And there's a few crashes that are of legend back then. I do not believe this has anything to do with Roswell, but there's no way to say that for sure. But there was a few crashes in that area, and this could have been from one. The legend was that the guy that was there at the cleanup grabbed this piece. But the thing is, it's metamaterials. It's highly engineered. It's got 86 layers of different elements. We think that it might do something really interesting with certain frequencies. So in any case, we're
working directly with the government on that to investigate this.
Who built this, what this is, and what it does. Yeah.
I have a serious question. All these questions I ask you are serious, but has the government not released a lot of the information because they're afraid of potential panic, or is there another reason behind it?
I think there's a lot of reasons. I mean, usually when they keep things secret, it's because it could show the world, the people we don't want to hear, vulnerabilities in our defenses. Maybe it's something really embarrassing to the United States and decreases our standing in the world. Maybe it's something else that is of such high degree of danger that should we bring it out or whatever, it could really give people an edge over something that we don't want them to have an edge with. But on this subject, it also comes in line with, like, you can't decouple what the UAP phenomenon is with the hardware, with everything. You can't just come out and say, like, hey, we know these are real specifically because of X, Y, and Z. And then people say, well, what is X, Y, and Z? And they say, well, we can't talk about the Y part or the Z part. We can talk about the X part, but they're all tied together. But the other thing is you're dealing with technologies here that are so insanely advanced.
That's what I have learned over the last 6 months. I think they call it like the Tic Tac one that was ping pong in here, left, down, up, maybe even in the water and out of the water. Is that some technology you're referring to right there?
Yeah, it's transmedium travel. You have something creating basically.
What the hell is that?
Basically, the space universe is a fabric. Think of like you're holding a brick in your hand, like a sponge.
Okay.
And you can pull and bend on that sponge, but it's literally like a dense material, right? Well, the fabric of space-time is kind of like that. And these things, the evidence seems to suggest that they're displacing that fabric like a submarine does in the ocean, and they can materialize in and out of time. And it gets really complicated. But this is the other thing. We're not the only smart people in the world. Russia has some really smart people. China has some really smart people. And we're not all getting along. So if we were to let them know what we know, if we knew anything, then that could cause them to say, we got better shit than you got. So it's like you don't want to tell each other what you got, what you understand, what you've figured out. And so we're saying here, just tell us that it's real. They're saying, well, if we do, then you're going to ask how we know that. And then that leads into places we just can't discuss at this moment. And it has nothing to really do with the fact that we can't handle it, or maybe we can, or this or that. It has more to do with potentially where, whatever we're studying, in what we've learned, we're not only trying to keep it away from like adversaries here, maybe we're trying to keep it away from adversaries up there. You know, it's like it's crazy. It has nothing to do with you and I.
Yes.
Is that of what's the most important piece of this? So I think we just have to give a lot of credit to our friends in the government that are normal dudes like you and I, but they're not sleeping at night, you know, and they're very stressed out. And this isn't like, hey, you know, they're just trying to keep it from us for money and oil money. And it's like so much bigger than that. It's literally a nuclear weapon across the world in 30 seconds. Ball of light. Boom. I mean, there's no defense against figuring this shit out. It's crazy.
One more thing, and then we'll move on. I want to get back to the music. What do you get out of this? Like, what inside your body when these things are happening and you're getting some validation for many of the things that you brought up? Like, how does this make you feel? Is this like a driving force? Like, look, I'm not crazy Tom. I was right. What I've been saying.
Contribution to changing the world. Like, I literally feel like I changed the world. Like, I really feel that. And I didn't do it alone, but I definitely started it. And it's not like I'm any more special or in any way than all the people that have come for decades and decades and decades. I've been studying this stuff that I've stood on their shoulders, you know, but really what I was able to achieve was putting together a vehicle that can help bring about this discussion and break it out of the basement.
Hope you enjoyed. Now hit that subscribe button. And for more Tuna on Toast, listen wherever you get your podcasts.